The atmosphere on the set of Xiao was already electric with tension, the kind of stillness that settles over a cast and crew when they all know they are about to witness something rare. Xiao Zhan stood in the center of the scene, drenched in atmospheric lighting, his costume heavy with the weight of both the fictional character's tragic destiny and the intense expectations riding on this performance. For weeks, rumors had been circulating about a pivotal, highly emotional sequence that would test the sheer limits of his dramatic range, but no one in the room was truly prepared for what was about to unfold. As the director called for quiet, the gentle hum of the studio dissolved into a profound, heavy silence. Xiao Zhan closed his eyes for a fraction of a second, letting the real world fade away as he fully surrendered to the psychological storm of his character. When he opened them, the person standing before the cameras was no longer the idol, the global sensation, or the polished star the world knew. He was a man broken by betrayal, carrying the full agony of an impossible choice. When the cue was given, the emotional dam broke in a performance so visceral it left the entire crew breathless. Xiao Zhan's posture collapsed inward, his chest heaving with choked, ragged breaths that seemed to pull the air straight from the lungs of everyone watching. As the climactic moment arrived, a sudden, horrifying burst of crimson sprayed from his lips, painting a shocking contrast against his pale skin and ruined robes. It was not merely a mechanical stage trick or a standard special effect. The sheer physical commitment behind the gesture, the tremor in his hands, and the hollow, devastated look in his eyes transformed a script requirement into a moment of pure, raw human suffering. The blood dripping down his chin felt secondary to the profound emotional hemorrhage happening within his portrayal. On set, people forgot to breathe. Camera operators, used to maintaining a professional distance, felt their heart rates spike as they captured every agonizing micro-expression, every involuntary tear, and the hollow gasp that followed the violent physical collapse. In the immediate aftermath, as the director finally shouted cut, a strange, heavy quiet lingered over the stage before giving way to immediate concern and awe. Fans who later saw leaks and official previews of the blood-spitting scene were instantly plunged into an uproar, torn between sheer admiration for his acting genius and genuine worry for his physical well-being. Social media erupted into a frenzy of speculation, with viewers dissecting every frame of the clip, arguing over whether the intensity of the scene had pushed him past his physical boundaries or if what they had witnessed was simply the work of an actor operating at the absolute peak of his craft. The visual of Xiao Zhan, vulnerable, bloodied, and emotionally undone, struck a nerve across the global fan base, triggering a wave of emotional reactions that dominated discussion boards for days. Everyone was asking the exact same question: how could a performance feel so frighteningly real, and what was the true cost of pulling such devastating emotion from the depths of his soul? As the initial shock began to settle, the true story behind that iconic, painful moment began to unspool, revealing a layer of dedication that few outside the industry ever get to see. What looked like a spontaneous, terrifying burst of pain on screen was actually the culmination of days of relentless physical preparation, profound mental isolation, and an uncompromising artistic discipline. Xiao Zhan had not simply turned up to deliver lines, he had spent hours in deep conversation with the director, meticulously dissecting the exact psychological trigger that would cause a person's body to physically give out under the weight of grief. He intentionally restricted his rest and pushed his voice to its absolute limit during rehearsals to ensure that the raspy, broken quality of his voice during the scene was utterly authentic. The blood formula itself was calibrated down to the viscosity and shade, but the real magic, and the real danger, lay in how Xiao Zhan synchronized the physical expulsion of the prop blood with a genuine, chest-heaving sob that forced his entire body into real, violent tremors. Behind the glamorous curtain of fame, this particular scene exposed the quiet, often lonely reality of an actor who refuses to take shortcuts. The truth that slowly emerged was not just about the technical brilliance of a fake blood effect, but about the terrifying vulnerability Xiao Zhan brings to his roles. He chose not to rely heavily on camera angles or post-production editing to amplify the drama, Instead, he demanded that his own body bear the brunt of the emotional storm. Colleagues later shared that after the cameras stopped rolling on that specific take, Zhan did not immediately bounce back into his usual warm, smiling self. He remained seated on the cold floor for several long minutes, trembling slightly, his face still stained red, needing time to pull his mind back from the dark, exhausting place he had voluntarily sent it to. The crew gave him his space, recognizing that they hadn't just witnessed a scene being shot, they had witnessed an artist pouring a piece of his own spirit into the work, leaving himself completely exposed for the sake of the story. Ultimately, the reality behind Zhan's shocking blood-spitting scene in Xiao serves as a powerful testament to why he continues to captivate millions around the globe. It was never just about a striking visual design to go viral, nor was it a mere stunt to generate cheap shock value. It was a masterclass in total immersion, a moment where the lines between actor and character blurred into something agonizingly beautiful and deeply human. The truth behind the scene reveals an artist who respects his audience enough to give them nothing less than his absolute all, enduring physical discomfort and emotional exhaustion to create art that lingers in the heart long after the screen goes dark. When viewers rewatch that devastating frame, they are no longer just looking at a dramatic plot point, they are looking at the unyielding passion, the silent sacrifices, and the incredible soul of Zhan, proving once again that true greatness is forged in the willingness to give everything you have, down to the very last breath.